Welcome to Friday Night Smackdown review, recap, rambling bullshit that we always get into because we can never stay on track to save our lives.
But we're going to try to stay on track because
Oh, what the hell? That's a much wider view than I was getting in...
it's alright.
Yeah, we're fine. Anyway, I didn't realize it showed that. It's fun. I didn't realize you could see all of it. I don't care. But anyway. Friday Night Smackdown.
An Elimination Chamber, and we're going to do something a little different. We usually don't do this during our wrestling streams, but go ahead. We did find this, and we were looking for it to do it on a Wednesday.
But Danger's not going to be here this Wednesday, and these seem really good.
Show the package first,
oh, shit. But yeah, if you haven't seen these yet, I guess I'm going to get
Post Malone.
Yeah, Post Malone Oreos, swirled salted caramel, and that just sounds...
Shortbread?
Yeah. Postie's swirled salted caramel and shortbread flavor cream. Which just sounds really good. And I've heard, from everything I've heard, they are really good. People are saying, like, just make this and they're like a normal flavor.
That's what a lot of people are saying. But, we want our own. I like salted caramel.
Yeah, I'm a big caramel guy.
So,
my thumb...
Hey, why don't you open it the right way? It's got the little tear thing on the top.
Does it?
Should have. Let me see.
Oh, wait. No, because it doesn't say tear
Oh, I was
here.
getting ready to text you and say we were on.
Hello, it doesn't say tear here. It just has the Post Malone.
So we're going to be in trouble. Hey, sis, I do have some for you. But we're trying these.
Ooh, those smell.
We do have some of these Post Malone cookies for you. I promise we're going to save you some. But we found them yesterday at Walmart.
These smell fantastic.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, they do. They smell like coffee.
So, Post Malone shortbread salted caramel Oreos.
No, I'm not going to bother showing them. Anyway.
Ready?
3, 2, 1.
Go. Whoa.
Hold on. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
You need to go away.
They do.
There might not be any. There might not be any.
Well, I don't think there will be.
Alright.
Those are phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't make that just a generic flavor, I'm gonna be pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
You better save me some.
Nope. Sorry, they're all gone.
Yeah, I already ate them.
They're gone.
Yeah,
No,
sorry.
I did buy.
Yeah, we got an extra pack. We're probably gonna go get a few more packs. Anyway, on to WWE.
We got a lot to cover as fast as we possibly can. WWE Smackdown for the 28th.
The show starts off with
Oh my God,
Cody coming into the arena, and I realized this last night, and I understand why, but he just had this really dumb, confused look on his face the entire night. But anyway,
well, you gotta figure.
I get it, but like, anyway, two random ass guys show up and be like, "Oh,
I'll get you with my shoe." She's gonna get all of us with her shoe.
I ain't scared of no shoe.
Anyway,
yeah, two guys show up, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, you have a private locker room to go to, courtesy of Dwayne The Rock Johnson, blah, 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 blah. And you can try to get us with your shoe." See, I've been practicing my dodging. Anyway, yeah. So Cody gets whisked away by these two. They don't even look like security guards. They look like butlers.
They were nutlers. Anyway.
Yeah. So he.
No, they were. Never mind.
No.
They were rockers. Anyway, let's go.
Yeah. And then, so they take him off to his private suite, whatever. And then, Lillian announces Toronto's own Trish Stratus. And then...
I put that in there for a simple fact of what was said after what Trish says.
Yeah.
Because they announced it was her 25th anniversary in WWE.
Yeah, her debut.
Which will be March 19th.
So it was her first debut match, so 25 years. I mean, that's longer than I've been alive, so she's been at this for a while.
And this is why I added the Lillian starts the show, because she goes, what year is this? We have Lillian introducing me, The Rock's in the mix, and I'm wrestling tomorrow.
In my hometown.
So it was this, like, are we back in, like, 2020?
Yeah, like the Attitude Era. I don't know if that's the Attitude Era, but yeah. Like, we are back in the Attitude Era now. Gonna drive home, soon I'll be back. Alright, see you, Danger.
Love you!
Yeah, Dinkies. But yeah, then she calls...
Well, they get kind of, she says that tomorrow, tonight, will be the first time her kids have ever seen her wrestle live.
Oh, that's right. And I remember when she was talking about, the generational impact of wrestling. Oh, yeah.
Like, she points at this guy, and I don't know if she knew him, what...
Well, no, she points down to a little girl in the front row, and she's like, see, speaking of generational impacts, I see your dad right there, and I'm willing to bet that he probably had a poster of me on his wall when he was your age.
And she's like, yeah, the one with the high heels crawling.
Yeah.
Which was a big poster back then. I don't think I had it, but I know people that did have it.
Yeah. Like we said, the women in WWE used to be very different. I'm glad they've evolved into what they are now. But anyway.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit. Was it last cast? We kind of talked about that a little bit.
I believe so.
How the women were just kind of the Attitude Era as opposed to the current era.
Yeah.
They were divas, which was basically sex symbols.
Pretty much, yeah. And now they've become full-fledged superstars as they deserve to be. But Trish talks about she calls Tiffy out to the ring, and they're both wearing the Maple Leaves
shirt jerseys.
Yeah, with their own names and numbers on the back.
Tiffy and Trishie.
Yeah, Trishie and Tiffy time, and then they let's make somebody's day.
They kiss the shirt and throw it out. Yeah, it was beautiful. I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
And then Chelsea Green comes out.
The greatest United States women's champion in history. The longest running.
Anyway. That little troglodyte comes out.
But here's the thing I want to bring up real quick of that. Piper is dressed up as a Canadian Mountie.
I remember that.
Which I thought was just the most ridiculous. I mean, if you liked it, great.
And you want to know what the worst part is? Chelsea has the audacity to come out into that ring and say, yeah, I left this dump.
We'll get to that in a second. But she starts off with saying she's come to break up the snooze fest. Nobody wants to hear Dumb and Dumber holding up all her airtime.
Oh,
she deserves the airtime because she's the United States Women's Champion. Or, hold on. United States Women's Champion.
Yeah, I do remember that.
I put that down there because I figured you were going to bring it up even if I didn't. She's the United States Women's Champion.
Yeah. You gotta get that woman in there twice. And I know it was just a screw up, but I feel the need to point out all of her mistakes considering the character she's currently playing, which is just dog water.
She also says, which I'm not sure the reference to this, but I'm going to go ahead and throw it in here just because it was the boos she got after it were loud.
Mm-hmm.
She says, much like Austin Matthews, I'm the best thing to step foot in this arena. But unlike Austin Matthews, I actually win.
You know, that's I know it doesn't really matter, but I'm curious.
Canadian hockey player. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like I said, I know I don't know a lot about Canada, but I know one thing that I know that they're very nice people, except when it comes to hockey. Then they'll slit your throat. At least from everything I've heard. I could be wrong about that, but anyway,
And
yeah.
then,
God, this part legitimately. Okay, hear me out. I'm an American, and this pissed me off. She has the audacity to say, I left this dump long time ago. I went on to do bigger and better things, and I became your United States Women Champion because the people in America are just better. I have never heard such bullshit in my life.
no, and then, listen, it's tacky. It's not tacky time. It's my time. Leave it to the real champions who don't need their mommies to dress them. Referring to the shirt that.
And Tiffy's like,
well, she starts off, and then Chelsea gets into this. I'm the center of the universe. Blah blah blah. Her whole little normal spiel of BS.
And Tiffy's like, you know what? If you want to find out who's actually the center of the universe, why don't we settle this in a match tonight?
And Chelsea's like, no. I got plans. Forget it. Never mind. And goes to walk out, and Trish is like, she goes, you know what? They think it's a great idea. I think it's a great idea. I want to bet Nick Aldis thinks it's a great idea. And Chelsea, like, instantly goes into freak out
mode. She gets up on the ropes, and she's like, Nick, don't you...
No, don't you dare, Nick! Don't you dare, Nick!
No! As a referee comes running out to the ring. And it's beautiful.
She starts... Ah! It was great. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Yep. And then Tiffy, we cut to commercial, come back. Tiffy and Chelsea are in their match. It wasn't anything spectacular because Tiffy was dominating the entire time until who could have guessed? Candice, Candice LeRae and Nia Jax come out to the ring, beat them up, and it's just shit show.
Yeah, but as sad as this is gonna sound. And this is something we've talked about several times. Trish and Tiffy technically got the last hits in.
Did they? I don't remember those specifics.
As in, like, they were the ones that were standing in the ring victorious at the end of it. So it's just observation.
Yeah.
And what we've always talked about. Who stayed in the ring victorious at the end of it.
I get where you're coming from, but here's the thing. I don't see them losing
I don't either, but I'm seeing because if it does
9 times out of 10. But then we cut to Nick Aldis backstage. I don't remember if this was filmed earlier tonight or what,
it was filmed earlier.
But he says there seems to be some debate over who's the number one contender for the...
There's a little bit of controversy over this. And the reason I say that is I've got it kind of in here. But there was a little bit of controversy over this because supposedly, and I think we kind of brought it up last week, but supposedly LA Knight was already determined to be the number one contender. We're supposed to have a match this week for the number one contendership. But he does say there seems to be some conflict in the championship. Knight says he's the number one contender. Shinsuke has voiced concerns. So tonight there'll be a 6-man opportunity for who it is. I thought I put it in here. But anyway, supposedly the reason the plans were changed and they had to kind of come up with something kind of quick was one of Shinsuke's friends, I guess like in Japan or whatever, wherever he's...
Yeah, Japan.
Had died.
Oh.
and he wanted to be there, and WWE's like,
Yeah,
we'll figure it out.
Yeah, obviously.
You just go and do
what you have to do. Yeah, I respect that.
So they kind of went, okay, let's think it. We're gonna fill it with something. Do we have to put LA Knight in the mix? And
he has to win.
That's why. And if you watched it, if you didn't watch it, we'll get to it in a little bit. But nothing changed.
Yeah, LA Knight's still the number one contender.
But he announces that LA Knight versus Santino
Escobar.
Santo Escobar.
Yeah, Carmelo Hayes versus Braun Strowman. And then Andrade versus Solo Sikoa.
Which we'll get to in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
The winner of these matches will go on to a triple threat match that will include the number one contender. Or to determine the number one contender. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. And you did have it just after.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah. After all that, we go to
Solo and Jacob.
Yeah,
backstage.
Solo and Jacob talking backstage. And Jacob tells Solo, you know what happened last week was an accident. And Solo gives them this look like, sure it was.
Yeah, there was definitely a
tension. There's been tension between them since he got back.
But and if you notice Jacob too, he's like, you just saw the hey, just so you know,
it was
that was an accident.
Yeah, sure it was. But then he goes on to say, and Jacob's like, so I heard you got a shot at the United States Championship, and Solo's
like,
yeah, Solo's like, yeah, I did, because I realized that this family is what we need is to get gold around our waists. But I want you to make the play tonight. I want you to bring the United States Championship back to this family.
Because
I love you,
Jacob.
Yeah.
And Jacob just kind of like
he tosses his hood back up and walks away.
Like just kind of he does like a little almost whatever type thing. I don't know how to.
Yeah, just tosses the hood up, walks away, and then we go into.
Then you have the Andrade match.
Yeah, Andrade comes out to the ring.
And then it cuts to commercial.
We come back.
And go ahead. You always take these.
We come back to Cody Rhodes in his locker room. And you see this, massive display of, fine, sushis
and wines.
And a whole wall of wines. Just exorbitant amounts of bullshittery, basically.
Couches.
Yeah, and then Truth.
All you hear is, what's these? You gotta
try these shrimps. And Cody looks back like, this is my locker room, right? And Truth jumps on me. He's like, damn, it is. Could you ask The Rock to get some? That's later, but
that's later. But he's like, he goes, you got a nice spread, and ask him how'd you get all this? Cody's like, I guess you consider you selling your soul to The Rock. Truth then goes, oh yeah, he's the soul man. I used to watch him and Tony Atlas tag when I was a kid. Truth says, maybe you should think about it. Cody's like, yeah, maybe I should. Truth says, look at all this stuff. You're gonna keep all this to yourself. You're gonna keep all this to yourself? Don't be shellfish. Get it?
Yeah.
And he holds the.
I love R-Truth so much. And Cody's like, no, man, take whatever you want. And then R-Truth scoots in behind him and starts taking fish and other and is munching on camera and shit. And he's like, what does he say?
He goes.
He see if you can get the Wrong to get us some jelly rolls. You would appreciate it.
If you can get The Rock to get us some jelly rolls, I'd appreciate
it. Cody's like, sure, man, I got you. And I love that he's doing all this. And he's just stuffing his face the whole time. It's fucking beautiful.
Exactly.
I love how they always kind of go back to past Truth stuff. You've got to Truth kind of evolves over time.
Yeah.
Because the Jelly Roll when he was trying to get into Judgment Day, and Jelly Roll came in, and they're like, you know, the Grammy Award-winning Jelly Roll is gonna be here, and he finds Jelly Rolls in catering or something. I don't remember exactly where he comes up with it, but he's like, man, these are Grammy Award Jelly Rolls or something. And I'm like, and he got the powder like everywhere. Like, Truth being black, he was white that day. He had powder everywhere. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Truth is great.
I love Truth. But Jacob, after that, we come back to the ring. Jacob comes out, and it's him versus Andrade. And I'll give Andrade his credit. He was kicking Jacob's ass for the first half of that match.
But I mean, Jacob was pretty well dominating it too. Like, I mean, it was a very good match.
Yeah, like Andrade came out of the gate swinging. He was keeping Jacob down. But as soon as Jacob got over that pressure, it turned into a good back and forth. But I mean, at the end of the day, Jacob won. I don't remember how he won, but he beat Andrade. Goes on to the triple threat at the end of the night.
But then it cuts to earlier, and this just became in shit show.
Oh my god, yeah, it did.
Earlier in the night, it cuts to a clip from earlier in the night.
Mm-hmm.
With Nick talking to Street Profits. He asked the Street Profits, like, what are you guys doing out there? Like, what is all this?
Yeah.
And they're like,
and they basically,
we were putting on a shelf for 3 months. You promised us a title match, and until that happens, this is what happens. Mm-hmm. And Nick is like, you know, I respect you guys. You guys are great. But this isn't how... And he got cut off.
By...
Santo
and the...
Las
Garza, that's it. And he says, welcome back, guys. I'm glad to see you all back and healthy and yada, yada, yada. So now that you're back, you can apologize to my boys for wrongfully accusing them of attacking you. And the Street Profits are like,
that's not happening.
Yeah, it's like, nah, screw you, man. And then he's like,
they kind of start doing the whole like pushy thing. Nick instantly like jumps in the middle. He's like, you know what, Las Garza, Street Profits, you guys got a match tonight. Santo, you got a match to prepare for. So you guys go cool off and prepare for your matches tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Nick Aldis can do his effing job.
I know, right? It's amazing.
Adam would have been like, can we get security?
I don't think he would. No, he wouldn't have even been there.
No, you're right.
We literally didn't see him at all last week.
I know, right?
Anyway, probably.
I still swear he sits in. Never mind.
Anyway, yeah.
Then it was the Street Profits versus Las Garza.
Oh my god, this shit.
This thing turned, and like I said, I broke it down as bare minimum as I could because it was back and forth. It was a train wreck.
Yeah.
The Street Profits show up, or actually Las Garza shows up first.
Then the Street Profits come out.
Then the Street Profits show up. Then DIY attacks the Street Profits.
Mm-hmm.
Then Las Garza attacks the Street Profits. Then Pretty Deadly shows up, attacks DIY. Then Motor City Machine Guns show up and attack DIY.
It was a complete shit show across the end.
I mean, they were all literally beating the hell out of each other.
Yeah.
If you want to watch it, go back and watch. But like I said, to sit there and say this person did this person, this person did this person, I would have literally had 3 pages of just that.
It was a shit show. They were beating the hell out of each other.
The match didn't even happen.
And we already know where this is going. It's either going to be a fatal 4-way for the number 1 contendership, or it's going to be a fatal 5-way, and whoever wins gets the championships and DIYs.
It'll be at least 4.
Yeah.
Or, I'm saying probably only 4 because you have 4 corners.
That's true. So. But I feel like we've had a fatal 5-way at some point. I don't know.
Anyway. Then it cuts to, and this was a reoccurring event. All night. Everybody tried to give Cody their 2 cents.
Yeah, you cut backstage to Drew McIntyre walking up to Cody, and he says, I don't want to add to it. I know you got a lot on your mind. You got a big decision to make tomorrow. You gotta worry about your family, you know, your family's family. He doesn't know what he would do in this situation.
And yes, The Rock finds out, when The Rock finds out he sold his soul long ago.
And we were even confused about, like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah, and so was everybody else.
Like, what does Drew know that we don't about Cody Rhodes?
The Rock finds out you sold your soul long ago.
Yeah.
And he walked,
that was it.
Yeah, and then he walked away.
Who did Cody Rhodes sell his soul to?
And then it went to the commercial, it comes back, and you got Drew walking through the crowd, telling production to cut off the video package that was about John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, nobody wants to see that. If you don't cut it off, I'll come back there and kick all your asses. Yeah. We don't need this.
You know, and he basically starts talking to John personally, and he's like, you know,
the 90s John.
Yeah, and he's like, you know, I guess you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. And, you know...
He's like, I wonder... You become the hypocrite is how he words it.
Yeah. He
goes, I wonder what it'd be like for the 2010 John Cena, 2011 John Cena, to talk to the present-day John Cena.
Yeah, you know, you're a hypocrite. You came on after the World Rumble, said you're entering the Elimination Chamber, and everybody's got 6 weeks to say anything they want about me. And aside from... You know, CM Punk saying, oh, John Cena entered it and I won it legit or whatever. Nobody said a damn thing. So I'm here to say a few things.
Yeah, and he starts his little ranting about
you know,
John Cena.
John Cena is a hypocrite. John Cena is blah, 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 blah.
And this is where it starts to get confusing but awesome at the same time. Because then Priest's music comes up. Mm-hmm. And Priest is like, you're out here crying every week. Truth makes more sense than you. Let's talk about the year you had. Mm-hmm. You won the title at WrestleMania, but because of this weird obsession with Punk, I cash in on you. I become the champion, then you win Money in the Bank, you cash in on me, but again, because of your weird obsession with truth, you lose it.
Mm-hmm. And, you know...
Drew is like, I don't have an obsession with CM Punk.
And then he says, "Look at you!" And he's literally sitting
with the microphone.
on the announcer desk, and he says, and Drew says, "Yeah, I dropped the pipe bombs now." It's like, okay, buddy. We see what you're doing, and you're just a joke. Anyway,
Priest says the goal tomorrow is to win Elimination Chamber and go to WrestleMania. I'm going to enjoy pinning you. The last time we were in this building, I dropped you. If I need to remind you, I'll do it again. Yep. And Drew's like, okay, let's go. And he starts to get up and get into the ring.
And then Seth Rollins shows up, because we can't have, you know, a night before
a go-home show without everybody.
Yeah.
Anyway. Oh, wait. Well, never mind. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Then you had Seth Rollins come out, and in his normal attire, but we'll get to that in a minute. The crowd is chanting his song. He says, sorry, boys. I had to get that one in. It's been a long time since I've been on Smackdown. Seth tells Priest that if this moron looking at Drew
hadn't done the worst cash-in WWE history, I would have beaten you talking to Drew, or not Drew, Damian Priest. I would have beaten you for the championship. But I'm not here to talk about the past. I'm here to talk about the future. And obviously he's going to the WrestleMania sign. And he says, this ain't the same Seth Rollins from, you know, a year ago at WrestleMania. You guys don't stand a chance.
And tomorrow, you guys don't stand a chance, And then we get the music everybody was chanting since the beginning of it anyway.
Punk shows up.
And Punk just bangers after bangers. He is the face Jacob, and I don't even know if Jacob is the heel. Yeah. But their promos have been like.
Oh yeah. He looks up at Seth Rollins. He says, "You look like an oven mitt, and I already cooked you on January 6th, and tomorrow I'm gonna cook you again." And then he looks to
Priest. He says, "I have no issues with you, but
tomorrow
when that door closes tomorrow,
I'm gonna lay your ass out.
I'm gonna lay your ass out, yeah.
And Drew, you're out here talking about selling your soul. You know, if you believe in that, cool. But I know you do because I snatched yours at Hell in the Cell.
Well, he says, I know you're obsessed with me, and Seth is obsessed with me, and I'm obsessed with this, and he points to this WrestleMania sign. You know, I'm obsessed with my road to WrestleMania, my main event. And if I have to beat one of you to go to it at WrestleMania for the first time, I will. They then tells them all they better get serious.
Because tomorrow night you're dealing with Hell in the Cell, CM Punk.
Yeah.
And then John Cena's music hits, and I fucking.
Wait. If John Cena, just like John Cena decided to embark on a retirement tour and not show up, he understands that if they don't show up tomorrow, Seth says to Punk, you won't main event WrestleMania unless it's over my dead body. And Punk says to Seth, he ain't gonna. He's gonna be damn sure he ain't gonna be. And then
John's
music hits.
And I called it the second it went off.
Yeah, you did.
Logan Paul shows up. And he says, once again, he says nothing. He says nothing of importance whatsoever. He comes out
and
there.
There's a lot of talk of that, too. Logan Paul comes out to John Cena's music. He starts laughing. Oh, yeah, you thought you were going to get John Cena. You can't see him, but you can see me.
You know, us full-timers put in the work. Classic celebrity wrestlers can't even show up. Call Seth Rollins the peacock of WWE. Mr. Looks guy. You know, wears curtains to work. Tell Seth he's a good wrestler, but he looks like he lost a bet. He looked like Lady Gaga threw up on a coat hanger. Blah, 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 blah. You know, and he says,
you can't win a championship, neither can the Toronto Maple Leafs. Tell Priest he's barely knows anything about him.
You know, irrelevancy, right? You know, he doesn't know anything about that. He said he heard Priest used to be a champion. And it's ironic that even with a Priest in the ring, I'm the answer to WWE's prayers.
And again, Tafari.
Anyway, he goes on to say,
delete.
God damn it, man. Y'all need to just leave. Stop. Cecil, why are you such a goober? Why are you such a goober? Damn, buddy.
And then he tells Punk he can't see him. He's like, where's Punk? Where's Punk? Oh, I can't see you. Everybody's standing up. It's like, really?
Yeah.
Like, really? And he goes, and he's like,
he says, you know, you got, I can see, you know, I can see that you got a stupid look on your face. I'd like to say I'll come up and slap it off you, but I already did that last week. How's your jaw feeling? And CM Punk's like, how about I come show you? And then he runs away like a little bitch.
Yeah, he runs, as Punk's running up the ring, Lo is like, alright guys, gotta go! And
hit John's music. Wait, no, hit my music.
And it's like, you are such a little bitch.
I hate him so much. Anyway.
And then we had the LA Knight versus Santo Escobar. LA Knight was dominating. I mean, it was pretty.
Yeah, I mean, Santo got some good shots in, but LA Knight wins, like we said. Nothing changes. And then Sammy comes down to the ring.
And this was a lot to unpack. Like, just trying. Because, you know.
Come on.
Sammy says, you know, he's like,
oh
you
my
know.
goodness. Come on.
They've been through a lot.
Come on.
He understands
Cecil.
that. But he feels like KO's been doing a lot of running and hiding. He's, you know, at his house, not showing up. He's hiding in his car, not coming into the arena. Well, I'm standing right here in the middle of the ring right now, so why don't you come down here and we'll talk face to face?
Yeah. Not out of respect for you, but out of respect of what we've done together.
And these people. And your fellow countrymen.
Uh-huh.
And say our final piece before tomorrow. And then KO's at the site of the actual Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, he says he's in Toronto, but he doesn't want to show up there because he wouldn't want anything to happen to his neck. Because you need to be as healthy as you can be tomorrow. We've had a lot of fights in Toronto. Tomorrow night is the biggest match of our careers against one another.
And if you're trying to convince people that I'm the bad guy, some people actually believe you. Everything that's happened to you, everything that will happen to you tomorrow night, you deserve.
Yeah, it's your fault.
So let me make this one thing clear. After tomorrow, when it's all said and done, your career, and you're stuck in a wheelchair, you can't provide for your family, I'm not helping them. I'm not going to do anything for them. This is your fault.
Yep, and then Sammy comes back and he says, I know this isn't the tough guy thing, the tough guy thing to do, to admit when you're nervous before a big fight, but I've been nervous all week. Nervous for what I'm going to do to you. Nervous that after I'm done with you, your wife, your daughter, your children, they won't be able to forgive me for what I've done to you.
Yep.
But if they don't forgive me, I'll live with that for the rest of my life.
And then it cuts back to Kato and he says, I'm prepared to live, or Sammy says, I'm prepared to live with that because I'm prepared to end you. And then it cuts back to KO and he's like, okay, I guess there's only one thing left to say. And then he just swipes the camera.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow night.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then we have...
I love this. I'm sorry, this might be one of the worst tag teams ever, but I feel like it's going to wind up being something.
Oh, definitely. But you have Mello and Miz backstage. Miz says, Mello don't Miz. Mello says, yeah, it's a good name. It's not a name, it's a lifestyle.
Well, we're 1-0. He also says, like, we're 1-0. Mello don't Miz is 1-0. And it's like, he's like, yeah, 1-0.
And then he says, Carmelo's like, yeah, it's awesome. And Miz is like, no. It's awesome. Which does not fucking work at all.
Mello's just like, yeah.
I'm sorry. Mello don't Miz was already a stretch, but it kind of works. Awesome. No, buddy. You're stretching that too far. It's broken. It's snapped.
And then he tells Miz, he's like, go out there and do that thing I taught you. And he's like, I'm not doing the thing.
I'm not going to need it.
Yeah.
And then,
then Cody comes, like, out of the locker room, I guess, or whatever.
Yes, more of this
and then Miz gives him his advice for the night.
Yeah, he says,
he needs to say yes, to Cody. The Miz is like, I live in Hollywood.
Yeah.
The Rock is how does he say it?
He says, I've been in Hollywood, and The Rock is running it right now.
Yeah.
And if you don't take it,
you're going to wind up the fourth judge in a failed TV show. Mm-hmm. No fans get that.
Yeah. Cecil, you're annoying as shit.
They see you as WWE champion. You're the face of the company, and we both know that there's so much more
above it.
Yeah. The only way to get it is to take The Rock's offer. If you don't take it,
somebody else will.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it's... And then you have this... Oh, my God.
And then you have Strowman versus Mello. And as you would expect, Strowman is beating the ever-living shit out of him. And, he comes up, he shoulder tackles him over the announce table, picks him up, tosses him back into the ring. And then Solo Sikoa comes up.
No. Tonga shows up first.
Oh, I thought...
No, he jumps up on the apron running down the ramp.
Oh, all right. Tama shows up, jumps off.
A distraction with the referee.
He grabs him, tosses him over the announce table, and then Solo shows up with a steel chair. Boom! Into his back, and Strowman just looks back at him like...
And then Solo goes to hit him again, and Strowman just grabs it.
Yeah, catches it, boom! You know, stomach check, over, tosses him, and then he gets back into the ring.
Well, he takes out both of them as it kind of goes, whatever, tosses it back in the ring. Then they kind of have their whole little thing going on. Strowman winds up back in the ring, and right as Strowman's crawling back in the ring, the ref is off.
Dealing with Tama or Solo or one of them.
And I'm pissed off at this, but yet it was beautiful, and not because it was against Strowman, but because it was beautiful even when Eddie did it. And even the announcer said he just pulled an Eddie Guerrero move.
Carmelo, you know, he has a chair. I don't know where the fuck he got it from.
Strowman slid it into the ring after he hit Solo.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't see that. Anyway, he smacks it against the ground, throws it up at Strowman. Strowman catches it, and then Carmelo falls onto the ground like, you know, faking it. The ref turns around, sees Strowman holding the chair, and he's like, ring the bell! And Strowman gets disqualified. Carmelo moves on to the triple threat match.
Then Strowman takes out Tonga.
Oh, yeah, he picks him up, beats his ass, you know, post to post, coast to coast, hits him with a power bomb, and he says, Solo, your ass is mine! I obviously don't have nearly as deep as a voice, but you get the point.
And then you had the cut backstage to Bayley, or actually it was Naomi and Bianca, and then Bayley shows up, and she's like, you know, thank you guys for the kickoff show.
Yeah.
But I didn't cover that. It's more or less just them kind of talking about the show. I'll watch it, but it's more or less just more extra commentary.
Yeah.
And for giving her a chance at Roxanne before tomorrow, which will be tonight, at Elimination Chamber. And then they talk about, like, who's going to get the first shot at Liv.
And they basically all say, no, we won it because we all know that they're the ones that attacked Jade, blah, 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 which we know isn't true.
And then, you know, then it got to the Liv and Raquel.
Bayley, Naomi, and Bianca versus Perez, Liv, and Raquel. And I was surprised by this. Roxanne Perez pins Bayley.
Well, I mean, it was a pretty good match.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it wasn't...
Honestly, I felt like because of the triple threat, it was rushed, because obviously, you know, what we talked about, it was supposed to be... Like, that was going to be one match for the night. But, I really want to know what else they were going to have going tonight instead of these 3 matches.
But, it wound up being, and the biggest part was, you know, Perez pinned Bayley, which is just leading into
Elimination Chamber.
But Perez is like gloating in the ring that she beat Bayley, and suddenly you see
I remember
Alexa Bliss behind her, and she kind of like does that whole like slow turnaround.
Yeah, like what the fuck? And then Alexa grabs her
and does the Abigail DDT, as they're calling it now, not the Sister Abigail.
Yeah,
I guess out of respect.
Yeah,
but and then the glitches kind of show up on screen, which I didn't put on there what they were. It's more or less just pictures of Alexa.
Yeah,
and some like
really
in the Fun House. There was one of the Fun House, like the last Fun House. There was a picture of her, like, distorted, like a long tongue thing that they had done.
Oh my goodness. Come on.
And then you had Charlotte backstage, and they asked her what she thought about Tiffy's match tonight. And she's like, they're cute and all, Tiffy and Trish, but Tiffy has bigger problems.
Yeah.
She better get focused and be prepared. There'll be no help at the end of the rainbow for her.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere she goes, I'll be there. And time is rapidly slipping away.
Mm-hmm.
And she does the whole
Yeah, the
Tiffy time thing.
Yeah, once again, I really don't know why they had to make Charlotte a heel again. It's just unnecessary.
And I broke this down because I didn't get the chance to read it. And I sure wasn't going to try to put it all in as a promo. But it's not really that long.
Yeah.
But Shinsuke had his little promo. And he says, and I got this almost word for word. I kind of maneuvered some stuff around.
He says, "A dog is satisfied with scraps that fall from its master's table. If you fools feel the need to fight for the opportunity to be humiliated by an honorable champion, then I will allow it. But know this, whoever comes out of this is going to be made into an example. The other dogs will see that what happens when you bite my hand. Pray that you lose, otherwise what awaits you
is otherwise what the way a true is otherwise what a true way is nothing. What the true way is nothing but hell."
Yeah. That last one got a little jumbled, but yeah.
It's this. Like, I had to delete some stuff because
Yeah.
it literally like repeated like 15 times.
Yeah, I get you.
So I probably just didn't cut that part out.
You're fine. But yeah, it was an interesting promo, but once again, this is what? The first time in like 2 months that he'll be defending his title? I'm so fucking... And don't get me wrong. Like, his friend dying, that obviously go and do your thing. But I'm talking before this. And after this.
Well, that's just a rumor, which I'm assuming...
Yeah, I think we even realized, like, this felt kind of random and rushed. Like, we were all pretty sure LA Knight was already the #1 contender, and now he is again, so nothing, like we said, nothing changed. But anyway, I'm so tired of seeing part-time champions. I want more champions, and this is why, personally, I want LA Knight to get the title back. Because he was out there every week defending it. Those are the kind of champions I want. I don't want when was the last time Cody Rhodes defended his title?
Fair enough.
No, genuinely. Down, Cecil. We're about to find out, because I genuinely do not remember.
It would have been, what, the last pay-per-view?
That was Royal Rumble. Yeah, against Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
And now he's not defending it again until WrestleMania. So 2 months. What about before that? Wasn't that also against Kevin Owens?
Yeah.
Which was like a month before that.
Well, I was probably pretty close. But anyway, I know, but we're running at like an hour and 15, trying to get this done as quick as we can. And we do have a lot of rumors and kind of speculation and some things I do want to get to. We're on the last match. But Solo comes up to Jacob and he's like, I took out Strowman. Finish it. This is your moment. Yeah. You finish it.
And then he comes up.
Jacob, and I put this. He says,
he says, "Come on, LA Knight. Come on with it. Come on, Carmelo. Come on with it. Like I've said before, either you lay down or I'll beat you down. I'm America's most wanted. I'm a menace to society. Let's keep it 100. That U.S. title is coming to me. Shinsuke, I hope you're watching, because you're about to find out whoever gets in my way, I'm going to dog walk their ass."
I love that. I'm going to dog walk their ass. I don't know why I find that so funny, but yet, just boom, every time.
Yep.
But we get to the main event, or no, actually, first, before we get to the main event, CM Punk and Cody Rhodes backstage, and he says,
no, that was after. That was when Cody was walking out. Or right before Cody walked out.
Oh yeah, you're right. Never mind.
But we had the triple threat match with LA Knight, Jacob, and Mello.
And Jacob was dominating the entire time. Like he was.
I mean, they were getting moved. Don't get me wrong. LA Knight and Mello were holding their own, but I mean,
he was.
Jacob was throwing them. I mean,
Both
over
of
the
them.
ropes, into the ropes, over the ropes, into frickin' the I mean, everywhere.
Like it was not. It was like watching a level 100 boss against 2 level 50. Like he was, like he said, he was dog walking their asses.
Yeah.
But right, at the end of the match,
and you could tell that. I'm not saying Jacob botched it, because it might not have been like Jacob or Carmelo's fault.
Yeah,
but you could tell that they went, oh shit. Because he was in the middle of the ring and he did like this double roll thing.
Like he hits Carmelo Hayes with a
the double moonsault or
yeah,
something
the double moonsault off the top rope. Then he does like a double roll to get him onto the pin, and then LA Knight grabs him by the ankle, yanks him out of the ring, jumps in, and then he gets the 1, 2, 3. Like we said, nothing changed. LA Knight's still the #1 contender for the U.S. title, and
yeah, and then, I think we went to commercial, blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not putting commercial breaks in there. But it cuts to Punk kind of standing there, and Cody walks by, and he's like, so, he wants your soul. You're on top of the world. What could he offer you? What would young Cody do? I know what young Punk would have done. I'd have taken it in a heartbeat.
But I'm wiser now.
Yeah. Headlined WrestleMania, been the biggest star in the world. I'm wise now. And I know that I'm glad that offer never came up. I know a lot of people are giving you advice. And know that I have no love
For Dwayne. And I'd like to, but I want you to take the offer. I want you to shine it up real nice. I want you to turn it sideways and shove it up his part-time Hollywood candy ass.
And I was like,
beautiful.
And then you had Cody go to the ring. Well, actually, Michael Cole calls Cody to the ring.
And even Michael Cole is like, why?
So what? I'm gonna ask the question everybody wants to know. What's your answer?
And he even says, like, the Cody Rhodes that I've known for 20 years wouldn't take this offer. You've scratched, you've clawed, you've fought your way to the top. This isn't who you are. But, I mean, and this was, once again, a complete waste of everybody's time. He's like, oh, you apparently have a gift for you. And they roll out a big ass.
We do have a picture, and just in case you didn't see it.
Not this one, yeah. Let me pull it up. But they pull out a big ass pickup truck. Damn it. Hang on, our Discord's being wonky. But yeah, they pull out this.
It's a nice truck.
But yeah, they pull out this big ass red pickup truck with American Nightmare symbols on both the doors, the hood, with Cody Rhodes on the top. And
it was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
And then you have The Rock come on the Triton. And
I'm telling you what, I love The Rock's promos back in the day, but lately...
This is I
tried to get this because it's so much rambling.
We don't even need to read this. He literally says nothing. He says nothing. He says, tomorrow night you're going to give me your decision. And then he rambles for 7 or 8 minutes about nothing. Oh, I'm the big, you're a big pot of coffee. I have the cream, the sugar, the whatever, you know.
We've been talking. I consider you my brother. We've met. Our families have met. Our families have hung out. The same stuff we've heard 101 times.
Yeah, literally rambling about nothing for fucking 7 minutes.
And then he goes on to
And then he pulls up. We're still on this, so I'm just gonna go straight to it.
Yeah, he goes, I haven't got something made that I've been working out with lately.
Whenever it'll. And it's a belt.
Weight belt.
With Cody's soul, and this is a terrible quote, but yeah, June 11th, 2015.
Which was the date his dad died. Which again, why is Cody soul the day his dad died?
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't it be tomorrow?
It's
just
nothing.
really weird.
It's a big fat nothing burger. I'm gonna go back to our face cam because nobody wants to. It was a complete waste of time. The main event. This was the main event, everybody. Not the triple threat match. This was our main event.
The show.
It was a complete waste of time. And you wanna know what the craziest part was? They were like, "Oh, we're gonna get to hear Cody." Hello, welcome back. But you know what the crazy part is? They're like, "Yeah, we're gonna hear Cody Rhodes' final thoughts before Elimination Chamber." He didn't say a single fucking word the entire time. He just stood there with a dumbass look on his face.
Pretty much.
While Michael and The Rock ramble. Mainly The Rock for like 7 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Now the news, rumors, potential storylines, returns, betting odds, kind of our rambling stuff, but still WWE related. Go ahead and pull it up. The Wyatt Six did post something I found super interesting. I guess partway because I am a huge fan of.
Yep. I'll get rid of these ones. I just want to wait for it to load because we're on bad internet. Give me a second, everybody. Doo-doo. Doo-doo. Elevator music.
Okay, but
yeah, the Wyatts
posted the HR 1987 WSSTSY D2
SA20. The time draws near.
And everybody kind of figured it out, or I did. I didn't figure it out. I didn't see it until...
Yes. Some other much smarter people than us figured out that it was Hellraiser 1987.
And some quotes from the movie, some of the most famous quotes, some that I have probably said countless times over the course of my life, especially just quoting horror films, because I do that a lot, quote movies.
We have such sights to see you.
We have such sights to show you.
See
Demons to some, angels to others.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, I had to do my Pinhead impression or not impression because it really wasn't that good. I used to be able to do it really well.
We're gonna have to watch those movies again. You're gonna have to do your Pinhead impression.
I used to be able to do it really, really good. This was like 87 or not necessarily. Well, I would have been like 12, so it was probably a couple of years after that.
Yeah.
So it's probably like 90s.
But yeah.
When I saw it, but still.
So the Wyatts are gonna show us some shit, and some people are gonna love it. Some people are gonna think they're demons. So I feel like that's usually what they do.
Are we back on full screen?
I believe so. If I press the correct button, I'm pretty sure we are. Yes. I'm professionals. Anyway,
Okay. Yep, there we go. Okay. Now, that's it for at least what I put down. Okay. I didn't get a chance to look that up, but I forgot.
What?
Okay. Perth is to host a PLE sometime this year.
The
deal. What?
Yeah, as part of the TKO deal. And the announcers for Evolved are going to be Pete Rosenberg and Mr. Stone. I don't believe I know who Mr. Stone is.
I don't think I do either.
Well, let's find out together.
Robert Stone.
Oh, okay. I still don't know who that is, but...
NXT Superstar official.
Yeah, and manager. He signed... Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, so Robert Stone.
Mm.
But I guess they're calling him Mr. Stone. But
yeah.
Pete Rosenberg is like all excited. He finally gets to do what he's always wanted to do and be an announcer in the WWE. Blah, blah, blah. I know I brought it up the last stream, but I figured this is a good time to bring it up again. LG has been renewed for a second season.
We all knew that was happening. I don't think anybody had any doubt that was going to happen.
Jade is scheduled to return very, very soon. She has been cleared.
And
and everybody is talking, which I told Knight Rider over here. I didn't tell you yet, but the rumor is. Sorry, this is pumpkin.
That's what she said.
Anyway. She is in Buffalo, New York, which supposedly is only like an hour or two. I didn't look it up. But only like an hour or two plane ride to Toronto. So they're thinking if she's that close, they're probably waiting till probably about now.
Yeah.
To fly her in, or here within the next hour or two.
Yeah.
Flying her in, getting her there like undercover of everything. Probably the whole hoodie over her head.
Yeah, the hoodie, the face mask, whole 9 yards.
The walking her into the arena, blah blah blah.
And I'm gonna say this. I'm not gonna say this is gonna happen, but this has been my running theory, is that
on the kickoff
show or during the it has to be
either the kickoff show or right before the match starts.
Yeah, we're gonna find out that Naomi has magically been hurt. We don't know by who. We don't know anything about it. We just find out that she's been hurt. And obviously everybody's scrambled. Everybody's panicking because who the fuck is going to replace her? You know, you're going to have Raquel stepping up and be like, oh, I'll take her place. You're going to have...
And I think it's either going to go, like we had talked about, I think it's going to go one step further. I think it's going to be like Naomi is, like it's her time to walk down, whether she's... I wouldn't even say call her in last.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And suddenly they realize, like, her music's hit and nothing's happening.
And then
her music's hit, nothing happens.
And then we go backstage.
They cut backstage and they're like, Naomi's been taken out. You got her laid out, in the thing. Maybe they got her like awake.
Yeah.
But she's sitting there and they're like, she can't go on. She can't go on.
She can't go out.
And Nick is like
scrambling.
He's like panicked, and you might not even see it, but he's like, "Well, I gotta find somebody." And then they cut back to the arena, and you hear a storm is coming.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want, guys. I need Jade in the Elimination Chamber because I'm gonna tell you what. Right now, if Jade enters that under Naomi's thing or whatever, 100% she wins.
Then again, do we really? Because here's the thing, I don't see her winning it, and the only reason I say that is because that would place her against Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania.
I understand that, but look at some of the stuff.
Yeah.
Well, we got going on right now.
The only reason I say that is because she's coming back, and she's coming back for Naomi and Bianca. Maybe not. Maybe she does win it, but I feel like they're gonna have their rivalry is gonna be the main focus for a while.
Supposedly Bianca and Naomi both are turning heel.
Yeah.
And Jade is coming back as full blown face, which she's always been. She was a heel in AEW, and she was really good at it.
Yeah, but like I said, I feel like even if she does enter, I don't think she's winning, simply because of her rivalry that's gonna be brewing with, and. I feel like bringing this up just because you brought it up. CK over here was talking about, yeah, you know what? We need to when Jade comes back, we need to bring not Jade Cargill. I keep
Jordan Grace.
Jordan Grace. We need to bring her up. We need to bring her up to the main roster and have Jade and Jordan form a tag team. And I just said straight up, that's cheating. You can't. That's unfair. You cannot do that. That's like having Superman and the Incredible Hulk in the same team. That you just can't do that. No, that's unfair. Anyway.
It's unfair. Anyway, okay. Then
Aleister
Black is scheduled to return very, very soon. A lot of people are saying, is he going to be in NXT because they've been putting a lot of people down in NXT in order to boost the ratings. But some other people are saying that one of the deals that Aleister Black might have with them is because he had such a rough time without Triple H that he would instantly go up to the main roster because he would only want to work with Triple H.
Yeah.
But then Shawn is also like really big into kind of pushing things. So
Yeah.
He could easily be anywhere,
Yeah.
but I think,
Then again, he could be on both. I mean, Bailey, for example.
yeah.
So.
But Orton is set to return sometime in March, which they're saying early March, before the European tour, which kicks off March 14th. So think about this for a second. March 14th, today is the 1st, that's 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Does he show up tonight? Because Triple H, again, I think I might have it in here, I might not, has said that this weekend is going to be huge.
Oh, yeah.
So are we going to have Jade? Are we going to have Black? Are we going to have Orton? Are we going to have one or the other? Are we going to have all three? What? Because I feel like Black even showing up, walking into the arena or whatever, doing something would be fantastic.
I feel like if they're... And maybe they do have him just show up, kind of like, Ricky Starks did on NXT. But I feel like if they're going to bring Aleister Black back, he's going to be doing something. I don't know what.
But I'm saying just for a pop to kind of say, I'm here. Because I think that's what a lot of people want. I don't know if... I personally would love a match.
Well,
I don't... No, hold on. I would love a match, a promo, a something. But I think even, and I know that Triple H has tried to stay away from all the supernatural stuff, but Black, when he's doing the supernatural, it's phenomenal.
Yeah. I could honestly see him, because I'm pretty sure, did he do, the lights going out, popping into the ring, or was that more the Wyatt's thing?
No, he did, his was, I guess the best way to put it was a vampire.
Yeah.
Because when he would be laying down, I guess, whatever, and the smoke would fill the stage, and all you'd see is, and he had his arms crossed the whole thing like this, and he'd rise up from the stage.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah. That was dope.
I call it the vampire, but because I really don't know what else you would call it.
Yeah. But I remember, because the only reason I mentioned that, because I remember he used to, sit down, cross.
Oh, yeah.
So I was just thinking, him.
And I used to love that. He'd, beat the hell out of somebody and just do, this whole, pop sit type thing. He just kind of spin and...
Yeah, and just watch. Yeah.
And just sit in the middle of the ring, and then, when they go to hit him or something, he'd stand up and continue to whoop their ass.
Yeah.
And usually that was, right before he did the Black Mass kick, which was, again, maybe a super kick, maybe sweet chin music, whatever.
Yeah.
But that Black Mass kick, it's one of those kicks that, right here on the side of your face.
Oh, yeah.
And you're your whole foot, leg, the curve type thing is what.
Yeah.
But so does he show up and cost Sammy? Does he show up and cost Kevin? Or does he return on SmackDown or Raw? I mean,
it really depends. I mean, I could see him anywhere, honestly. It's Randy Orton. He loves to just pop up out of nowhere with that RKO.
I mean, could you imagine during that match, because it is unsanctioned.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter. Like I said, if KO has a friend, if Sammy has a friend, I know this sounds bad, but Sammy could literally have the Usos, Roman Reigns, Solo, Jacob, I'm talking Bloodline.
Yeah.
Go in and just beat the living hell out of Sammy. Not saying that any of them would help him, but I'm making a point.
Yeah.
And KO laying there in a pool of blood, Sammy wins.
Yeah.
And ain't nobody... And I mean, technically the same thing could work for KO.
He doesn't have any friends.
But I'm making a point.
Yeah.
So...
But I can 100% see, they're in the middle of the match... Kevin Owens standing over him with a steel chair or a sledgehammer or what have you, and then just like that, Randy Orton pops up out of nowhere, hits an RKO. He might even like grab Sammy and toss him over Kevin Owens and then just disappear. Or something like that. I don't know. I'm making shit up, but that's very much his style. Anyway.
But also, I found this interesting. We don't have to dive too far into this, but it really bothered me.
Mm-hmm.
Sports Illustrated released a top 10 list of women wrestlers in history.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the problem I have, and it's not who's on it. It's who's not necessarily on it, and I'll explain that in a second. You have Becky as number 1, Charlotte as 2, Trish as 3, 4 as Lita, 5 as Sasha, 6 as Bayley, 7 Chyna, 8 Asuka, 9 Bianca Belair, and 10 Alundra Blaze. Here's my problem with this. These are current.
Mm.
These aren't history.
Yeah.
Okay? Alundra Blaze, yeah, 90s, whatever, but that's it. Like the top 10, and I put this in here later because I disagree with this, because where's the Fabulous Moolah? And I mean, I'm not saying she deserves to be top 10, but she was one of the women who were wrestling before WWE was even huge.
Yeah.
Like not, and then she later showed up when she was older in WWE. Mae Young, same way.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, how do you have, and this is me, and I'm sure you two will feel the same exact way, how do you have a top 10 list and not have Rhea Ripley in it?
Exactly.
Fair enough.
And then I said, where's the Queen of the Ring? And I don't mean Charlotte. I don't mean Liv Morgan? Yeah, Liv Morgan. No, that was Crown Jewel. Nia Jax.
Yeah.
And Zelina Vega.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean any of them. The new movie that literally is coming out on the 7th is about Mildred Burke, who was one of the women who actually got women's wrestling kind of moving.
Yeah.
How is she not in the top 10?
Exactly.
Of history. You have women that made history. Granted, I love these guys. All of them. Don't get me wrong. They deserve to be in Greatest Women in History.
Yeah.
But these 90% of them are still wrestling today.
Yep.
You have to understand, Sports Illustrated is a magazine. They're putting whoever they think will give them the most pop.
But I'm saying, for me, being a wrestling fan,
yeah,
I feel like this is super biased.
Oh yes, it's a sports magazine. They don't care about who's actually the best. They care about, Becky Lynch is really popular, so we're gonna put her as number 1. Oh, Charlotte is really popular, we're gonna put her as number 2. It's because that just gets the most pop. It's really that simple. It's a magazine. They don't care.
But I'm gonna tell you this. Maybe on a Thursday, whatever, when this movie comes out, we'll try to go watch it on like a Tuesday, because that's when our cheap movie day is. Excuse me, and we'll try to review it on like a Thursday, and we'll just do whether it takes us a half hour or whatever to review it. We'll just do a kind of quick drop on this, maybe go over to something else after that. But I do want to do a review of this movie, Queen of the Ring.
Mm-hmm.
I know if you're watching this, you've seen it. If you watch WWE, you've seen it. It's on every single show of WWE.
Yeah.
But I found interesting that
Lex Luger signed a Legends contract.
Which he is in a wheelchair, but he is working with DDP in order to try to start walking again. Because supposedly it's something to do with his muscles and whatnot. I don't know what the whole deal is, but he could potentially walk.
It's just a matter of learning how to do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope he does.
And so DDP is kind of trying to help him with that, which if you know anything, DDP has helped a lot of superstars kind of get
back rehabilitated.
Yeah. He does a lot of yoga. He's kind of he's more of
the support guy. Yeah. Helping injured superstars get back into the swing of things.
And then I know Tafari is going to throw a temper tantrum, but we're going to do it anyway. Roman Reigns is not returning, or will return to TV. Is not returning. Is returning. Is returning to the ring for the European tour. Says he has business to attend to. So the European tour starts in. I'm probably butchering this name, but to me it's Bologna, Italy, and I probably pronounce way different. But if it's not,
Bologna. I don't know. If there's any Italian people out there watching us, we apologize, but also we're American. Cut us some slack. We're not. We can barely pronounce our own language. Okay.
Okay. But that starts March 21st in London, Bologna, Italy, Friday the 28th, and then London, England, March 28th. So Punk is also scheduled to be at both shows. So, what is this to do with the favor? Some people are asking if this is maybe part of the favor. Because Heyman's going to be there.
Oh, yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Because, what do you say, Tafari?
Roman Reigns cannot cut a promo worth... I don't even know if he can speak coherently anymore. When was the last time we heard a single word leave this man's mouth? It's just been Paul Heyman speaking for him for the last, 4 or 5 years.
So we had Roman kind of show up on Raw, and now those are SmackDown dates, so is he back on SmackDown now?
Who the fuck knows?
Because I thought we had the whole tribal chief and bloodline thing done.
You would think so.
Yeah, you would think.
And, like I said, I really hope that when he does show up, whatever he's going to do, he just gets his ass whooped by Jacob. I know it's not going to happen, but a man...
I would love it, but like I said, I don't know how you're going to take this, and I hope that they change this, and if you... Hopefully you agree with me. There is talk that Jacob is going to turn on Solo, and Solo is going to become a face, and Jacob is going to become a heel. And I'm going to tell you this right now, the way I feel. Solo might be a good wrestler, but Jacob's a beast.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
100%.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm going to call it right now, unless something drastically changes. I'm going for Jacob.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because here's the thing. He's already 100%. A heel.
But he's cutting promos.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, this dude is... Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and throw this out here. You know the match I won at Mania?
What?
Has nothing to do with what we currently have.
What?
And they could even give it to me at World Rumble, SummerSlam next year, or this year, whatever. You know a match I want to see?
What?
Gunther versus Jacob.
Oh my god. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
You want a dream match, boys and girls? There you go. Give us Gunther and Jacob.
Hell,
I genuinely would not know who to, I wouldn't have a clue of who would win that. Because here's the thing. In terms, like we've said, Gunther is dominant in that ring. But Jacob doesn't give a damn. You can hit him and hit him and hit him and hit him, and he will get the fuck back up and beat your ass. I'm sorry, dog walk your ass.
Dog walk your ass. Okay, and then story is Fraxium is going to be called up as soon as Mania is done, and we, like I said, we haven't covered it yet, and we're kind of trying to work around WrestleMania. Is kind of getting on the NXT train.
But Fraxium is amazing.
They are dumb. And for a team, like they said, that was thrown together to enter even the tag division.
Yeah, like they were just two random guys. They didn't come into the, like they were singles competitors as far as, yeah. And they were like, fuck it, let's give it a shot. And
they've had their fights.
Yeah.
They've had their arguments. They've been apart. They've been together. And there's a lot of people that say when they are fighting, they are even more dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
I think they even said that. I think because they were talking about that during the pre-show for Vengeance Day when they were going up against whoever the hell it was. They were because one of the guys was like, you know, when they're all buddy like this, they're off their game. When they're at each other's throats, they are untouchable.
Mm-hmm.
But
another thing I found kind of interesting is Jake the Snake Roberts will be in the 24 or 25, 2K game. Although he is under AEW contract, he is still under a WWE Legends contract.
Oh, Jake the Snake? Yeah.
So, and I said it before, I'll just rehash it here really quick. Triple H says this weekend's going to be game-changing.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I got that one already. Here's what I found interesting. And if y'all can't see, which I'm going to stand up here in a second, supposedly the plans have changed. And God, I hope they have. So all you little John Cena lovers, screw you. Because I'm going to flat out tell you this, as long as, and I've said it before, as long as Logan Paul and John Cena do not win,
get it,
I will be happy.
Yeah, like the rest of them, I'm fine.
So, the rumor is the plans have changed, and Drew McIntyre is scheduled to win the Elimination Chamber.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope that is correct.
Same here. Because John Cena is so inconsidered.
Like I said,
So
I'm not a Drew McIntyre fan. This shirt was from a couple years back.
Yeah.
When he was face. But I'm aware of it today because hopefully it gives him a little bit of a push.
Yeah, that one random ass white guy living in a trailer 15,000 miles away. I'm winning it for you, buddy. I'm giving you shit, but yeah. Current betting odds.
And I like doing these. I think they're just kind of fun to kind of see where people's brains are at.
Especially considering people are betting money on this. That's why I think it's interesting. Cena's obviously favored to win at negative 1,300. Punk is at plus 250. Drew's at plus 900. Seth at plus 2,000. Priest at plus 4,000. Logan at plus 5,000.
Which, thank God he's last.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
You want to go put money on Logan? No. You look at no. Listen to me a sec. Before you jump down my throat, Tafari, hear me out. Just imagine for a second that you put money down on Logan Paul and he wins.
It's not worth it. I don't care how much money unless I win enough money to hire an assassin, it's not worth it. Anyway.
The women's odds, they're actually really close.
Yeah, we have Bianca at negative 450, Liv at plus 400, Alexa at plus 700, Naomi at plus... Actually, Alexa and Naomi are tied at plus 700. Perez at plus 1,600, and Bailey at plus 2,500. Once again, interesting that Bailey is less... I get it, because, you know, she lost last night. But I feel like that's interesting.
But then you have the Sammy match, Sammy KO match. Sammy is plus
170. KO is negative 250.
Which means KO
is favored to win, yeah.
Favored to win. Then you have the Trish and Tiffy versus Nia and Candice. Tiffy and Trish have
plus 800. Negative 2,000 versus Nia and Candice at plus 800. And then for WrestleMania so far, we have WWE World Heavyweight Championship, Gunther at plus 550 versus Jey Uso at negative 1,000. So
I think this needs to be a lot closer. I think it's gonna be a close match.
I
hope it's gonna be a close match. Yeah. I guess.
Like we've said, Jey Uso, and you know, like I've said time and time again, we've already seen that he can do it. We just need to see that same performance again, but made even grander. You know?
Yeah. And then
Tiffany versus Charlotte,
which actually is like
neck and neck.
They are still both negatives.
Yeah, you have -105 for Tiffy and -135 for Charlotte. So they are like.
But you figure WrestleMania is still a little bit of ways away.
Yeah.
So that could change.
That's gonna change drastically. Yeah.
But to see that how close people are actually doing that right now.
Exactly.
Like I said, I hope Tiffany wins it, and I hope she does it. And I know she's not going to cheat because they're making her a babyface now for some fucking reason. But I genuinely hope that she beats Charlotte 100% fair and square.
And according to WWE, the draft will still happen sometime after Mania, which I don't understand this. Because the draft, to me, is throwaway. One, we just had the whole draft window thing that went on.
Yeah.
Two, NXT, they built as like a second-rate or third-rate show, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Which they want their stuff to go up. Then and I know a lot of people have said this, and I'm gonna say it again. I watched NXT. We've been watching NXT.
Yep.
NXT's got it going on. Man.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the guy matches might not be great,
Eh.
but some of them are still pretty good.
Yeah.
The women matches, 1,000% better.
Dominating every
Exactly.
single night. Yeah.
But, you know, we have this draft set. And this is part of the problem I have. And I know a couple other people, I've kind of been reading some stuff on this, especially now that this kind of become a thing. I don't understand that if you're not changing brands, why do we need to fill a space? It should only be for ones who are changing brands.
Yeah.
Like, why, like, okay, let's just throw it out there. You know, you have, like, Priest. I know he just moved, but,
They take a spot to say, Priest is staying on SmackDown.
yeah, why? Why? And another thing, too, is if we're going to do this draft and we're taking people from NXT, why is NXT not getting people?
Exactly.
Well, I get you, but why would you move down?
Because here's my thing. You think it's moving down, but that's what I'm trying to get at.
You make
The core of it, you make it a third brand. Like, you have Raw, SmackDown, and not necessarily in this order, NXT.
Yeah.
Then you have Evolve, LFG, whatever as we go down.
Mm.
But NXT, you've got some of these top tier wrestlers that are going back and forth who are starting off on NXT.
Yeah.
You got wrestlers
Exactly.
who are going back to NXT, make it its own brand, give it its spot, give it its shine. You want to shine it up, and I'm not trying to
Go down the rock. Yeah.
but you shine it up nice, and you present it.
Yeah.
Like, this is NXT.
Yep. Exactly.
You know, WWE NXT, and I think they're heading down that road.
I think it's gonna be a while, because here's the thing, is that sounds great, but it's more of they need to get people interested in it in order to build it up to be a third brand. Because right now, you know, their shows they're doing, they're like a few hundred people, maybe.
But they're selling out arenas when they go to them.
I get that, but so are the regular brands. I'm
Or
saying
I shouldn't say arenas because they're doing
like smaller gigs, but
yeah.
you have to get enough people interested in it to move it up to stadiums. You can't just be like, oh, we're going from NXT having a crowd of, let's say, 1,000 people to 17,000 people, and then you sell like maybe a third of the seats. You know?
Oh, we don't want an AEW.
Yeah. You have to
I
work.
understand
You have to work your way up to it, and like I said, I think that's what they're trying to do. I think that's why they move the NXT logo and place the WWE logo in its place.
And why a lot of the new stars are going
Yeah,
into NXT.
it's just a matter of working its way up to become that third brand.
That makes sense. And that's why I bring this stuff up.
Yeah.
So we can kind of throw this out here, have our little discussion about it. And I'm probably going to check this out. And I know you might not. You listen to some podcasts, and I don't know if you do or not. Me and you have kind of talked about different podcasts, whatever.
Yeah.
But excuse me, had a burp in there. Stephanie McMahon is set to debut a podcast in the spring talking about her experiences, her life experiences in wrestling, feature some guests, things like that. And everybody is super excited for this because here's the thing. Stephanie McMahon has grown up in WWE.
Oh yeah.
There is photos of her 2-3 years old, meeting and greeting wrestlers and things like that. There is a picture, I don't remember how old they said she was, but sitting on Andre the Giant's lap type thing. She's grown up in this business.
Yeah.
And you have her coming out there and saying, hey, this is my life. This is what I've accomplished. This is what I've done.
Yeah.
Might be super interesting.
Yeah. It could definitely be an interesting.
Be interesting, something to
because,
see.
like I said, you've got somebody who has literally been a GM.
Yeah, she's been born into this.
Yeah, you have somebody who's been a GM. You have somebody who's been a CEO. You have somebody who's been a COO. You have somebody who's been a story writer. It's an on-ring talent, a competitor in the ring. Stephanie has done it all in WWE.
Exactly.
And now she's still in WWE, aka married to Triple H.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So she still has her. I'm not saying she has her foot in it, but she has her foot in it.
Yeah, 100%.
Exactly. Yes.
I mean,
I'm not gonna say she has 1,000% influence like she did 5-10 years ago.
Yeah, but she's probably still a
she
part of
got
the
her
story.
foot on the heartbeat, or her hand on the heartbeat.
She's
Whatever
probably
they say.
still, helping with the storyboarding, helping with this and that, and whatever.
And I thought this was kind of sad, and we'll try to see what we can come up with and wrap this up. But this is the last little note I have, and I thought it kind of sad. But it goes to prove what we say all the time.
Don't try this at home.
Mandy Rose is dealing with some back injury, which, if you know who she is, she was a wrestler. She competed on NXT the last time we saw her. They let her go, blah, blah, blah. She was on the main roster for a long time. She was the one that Otis kind of did his whole little thing with before Maxine.
Yeah.
Before Maxine, that was Mandy Rose. But there's talk that she may never wrestle again because her back has gotten so bad from literally doing this.
Yeah. Like we've said, it is wear and tear on your body each and every day, each and every week. Because here's the thing, even when you're not in the ring performing in front of 17,000 people, you're in the gym working out, you're in the ring in the performance studio practicing your moves, you're always using your body. It's constantly being worn down, torn down, and
like we said before, imagine being thrown every day into even a rope, and you think, oh, that doesn't hurt, but still, that is still...
If you're doing that 10 times a day, every single day, for 10, 20, 30 years, yeah, your body's gonna get worn down, like we said. So
yeah, I wanted to bring that up, and again, like I said, you've got so many people out there who do this, and so many people out there who, and I don't hear it as much anymore, but I know there's still, people getting hurt, jumping off buildings, and, onto rings that they've made in their backyard.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff. I mean, if this is what you choose to do, fantastic.
More power to you.
Do it with a professional.
Yeah, do it the right way. Come up the ranks. Like Tafari over here.
Start slow, because if you try and start with doing a 720 double backflip moonsault off the top rope,
you're gonna break your neck.
Yeah, you're gonna snap your neck.
And then guess what?
No wrestling.
Yeah, you ain't ever doing it again.
Mm-hmm.
You had your one shot,
and you fucked it up.
So I mean, we hashed that a lot,
Good.
But we literally have like a half an hour before the pre-show, so we're gonna kind of go get ourselves ready.
Yep.
We're gonna try to get on tomorrow, but I am probably not gonna get on tomorrow. So we need to make sure we put that in the Discord, because I'm going to be breaking down stories, rumors, everything else, because Tafari has D&D, right?
Yeah.
So far?
Yep.
Yeah. Has D&D tomorrow. So I'm probably going to spend most of the day breaking stuff down. If it winds up that something happens, one of them gets sick or whatever, we'll figure out a time to go live. But I'm just not going to get on tomorrow unless plans change.
Yeah.
And what we will do is, I guess as soon as you get home Monday, we'll go live at like 2, and we'll just try to cover both as fast as we can.
That works.
Or at least on Monday. What do we usually do on Monday?
Random? Do we?
We don't do nothing on
Hold
Mondays.
on. I think we're supposed to be doing LFG or something.
And we decided, yeah, I think we were supposed to do LFG, but we decided not to because it's like 10 minutes.
Yeah, and we're going to cover it during Raw. So tomorrow, Big Helmet Heroes of Warframe. Weekly reset.
Alright,
I'm not going to get on it all tomorrow. So
yeah,
Monday is
nothing.
LFG. So I'm going to tell you what. Here's what we're going to do. We got 3 to 4 scheduled for LFG. I do want to cover LFG, but we're already behind.
It's like there's not really anything for us to cover.
Yeah. Know that we're watching. I think we're just going to kind of cover it in like Raw and whatever.
Yeah.
But we'll go ahead and get on Monday. Say we're scheduled 3 to 4 to talk about LFG because we thought it would only take about an hour. I say you work Monday, so we'll just go ahead and keep it 3.
Yeah.
And we'll cover Elimination Chamber Monday, and then go into Raw.
Yeah.
After that. So yeah, we'll plan for Monday. I know that might be a long time to kind of wait. All the stuff will probably be out. You probably already seen it if you want to see it. If you ain't gonna watch it, you're probably gonna watch us anyway.
Yeah, this is more just us having fun. But
again, like I said,
Anywho,
on that note, one quick thing before we go: make sure you're going to Walmart. Bring those back up.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna grab another one here.
Grab these so they can hopefully make it into a forever flavor because these bitches are good.
exactly.
This is probably gonna be gone by the end of the night.
And what was it? Post Malone.
The
Post
swirled
Malone.
salted caramel and shortbread flavor cream. Buy these so they make them forever. Anyway,
They don't even have that Post Malone on them. I don't care. Make it a permanent flavor. Put just Oreo.
salted caramel.
Yeah, salted caramel shortbread cookie.
Yeah.
I'll be 100% happy with that.
But anyway, guys.
But like I said, we're gonna hold on. We're gonna go ahead and plan for Monday, unless something changes, like somebody gets sick tomorrow. Then we'll try to jump on, pull this tomorrow. But otherwise, we're gonna shoot for Elimination Chamber for Monday at 3. So make sure you're tuning in. Then, and I guess we will see you all Monday for sure.
Yep.
And I think that's
Tuesday.
And well, Tuesdays again.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see y'all Monday. But if you made it this far, you're watching us here on Twitch, go ahead and give us a follow. If you're watching on YouTube, Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good jazz.
Feel free to donate in a big ass button.
Yeah, if you want to support us, help us be goofier or something, I don't fucking know.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna tell you all this. We love doing the random stuff. We love trying different things. We love doing different things. If y'all want something, like us to try something, let us know. You can put in the comments. You can join the Discord, which is Never Came Alone, same as what you're watching. Put in there and say, hey, if I donate $20, will you guys try blah, 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 blah?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll try it.
If y'all want to see us try pickled,
Drink pickle juice. I don't know.
what's the pickled pig's feet or whatever?
I don't know if I'm trying that. But here's
you're gonna. If they donate to us,
here's the thing. Yes, 100%. You're right. If you're donating, I will go and I will buy whatever you want. If you say, hey, this is just help with some new mics, maybe some new cameras, whatever, just to help you guys get something cool to do. Because we got a lot of stuff in mind.
Yeah. But I think that's about it for us, guys. I'm Telfari.
I'm CK.
I'm Knight Rider. Have a
and
good night.
And we'll see you all next time. Bye.